At this time, I'm going to turn the program over to one of our teachers. And it's something that we have kind of did a little bit different this year, and I will let Ms. Zorbach kind of explain and go from there. So Ms. Zorbach, there are seats. Come on in, everybody. There are seats over here, seats over here.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to kind of take you in a different direction, so to speak, so bear with me. Welcome. This is my 14th year teaching at Bel Air High School. I'm a 9th grade English teacher. I also teach 12th grade English. I'd like to share with you kind of my story that helped me and built me into the Bobcat that I am today. But first I want you, sitting here, to kind of take yourself back in time. Consider what your educational journey was like. What was it like for you in elementary school, middle school, high school? Because that's how your children are feeling down there in the gymnasium right now. Do you have a teacher you remember? One that inspired you? Do you have some moments or some teachers you could have done without? It's a tricky time. It's an intimidating time. It's an exciting time. And my story, my journey to become a part of the Bel Air family, the Bel Air Nation, went all the way back to my 4th grade year. So back in my 4th grade year, I joined Miss Greenswag's 4th grade class. And I was a shy, timid kid, okay, who just liked riding her bicycle around the neighborhood, who would play softball in the backyard with her dad. And I hit 4th grade in Miss Greenswag's class, and she greeted me with this huge smile and this genuine love for her students. And I couldn't help but get excited. And one of the cool parts about the 4th grade year that everybody always wanted to be a part of was this Charlie Brown and Snoopy theater production that we all put on for the entire school. Now, my brother had been in her class a couple years prior, and he had played Charlie Brown, and I was like, this is great, I'm going to make my mark, I'm going to come out of my shell. And then she announced that this year we were going to do a play entitled Secrets of a Super Smile. And it was going to be a play about dental hygiene. And I was mortified. I was like, this is going to be the most embarrassing thing I've ever had to do in front of a large group of people, and that's going to be it. My career is over. I'm done. And bit by bit, she actually got me hooked. She got our whole class hooked. We were singing songs about fluoride and tooth decay. And it was fun. And Miss Greenswag was able to kind of help me look at things in a different light. And I'm hoping and guaranteeing that maybe one of your children is going to find their Miss Greenswag here at Bel Air High School. So my journey through education continued into middle and high school. And if you remember, maybe you were involved with sports or band, and I had my Miss Deerking, who was my field hockey coach, who had these amazing pep talks before games and would sprinkle our sticks with fairy dust. And then there was my softball coach, Mr. Neff, and he was also my driver's ed coach or teacher. Thank God for him, and my parents did not have many heart attacks because of that man, who helped me look at things from different angles. And then there was Mr. Bartholomew, who handed me my very first detention. And looking back, I totally deserved it. But at the time, I thought it was so unjust. And then there was Mr. Walker, my science teacher, who taught me about inertia by swinging a Beanie Baby and throwing it up against the wall. And then I had my English teachers, my Mr. Hershey, my Mrs. Levan, who helped me fall in love with literature. And that's how I ended up here. I ended up as an English teacher. And now, as part of a Bobcat Nation, I've been a coach. I'm a club sponsor. But at heart, I'm a teacher, and I'm part of this family. And it's a great thing to be a part of this family. So, with that being said, your sons and daughters are the hormonal, enthusiastic, eager, or maybe intimidated kids down the hall right now. But we're here to help them and support them. In the coming years, they're going to experience their first kiss, maybe. Their first detention. Or maybe they'll be tempted to do something dangerous, like try drugs. But the point being is that with the support of a nation, that includes you as parents, with the support of a Bobcat family, we can embrace them as they have those victories and they have those failures. And I want you to know that we as teachers in this building, we as administrators in this building, we embrace our kids and we are going to help them inch by inch and step by step to help them find their identities as young adults. So when I looked at becoming a freshman again and put myself back in the shoes of a freshman and putting myself into maybe your shoes as a parent, I have 2 little ones, they aren't in high school yet. What can we do to help start them off on the right foot? And one of the first things that we can do is fight the battle of being disengaged, okay? So what the problem is maybe you'll have your son or daughter has pulled this on you. What'd you do today? Nothing. How was school? Fine. We can't be satisfied with those answers from our kids. Please, ask them about their days. Ask them about their highlights, the lowlights. Talk to them. Don't let them shut themselves in their rooms and hide. Okay? Because I guarantee you there were teachers that day that planned amazing science lessons or had them go through mock presidential campaigns, or an English teacher who made an ancient story seem relevant in the 21st century. They're doing exciting things. Get them engaged. Get them talking about it. The other thing that they can do, or that you can help them do, is get involved. And we have, out on Main Street right now, we have tons of clubs and sports and organizations that are advertised there. We have over 40 here at Bel Air. There's something for everybody. And if your kid wants to feel part of this Bobcat Nation that's so amazing, they can join anything from an anime club to a gaming club, Best Buddies that works with special needs students. They can also join the drama company. There's so much there is to offer here at Bel Air that when they feel part of this family, they're going to feel engaged and want to get involved with what's going on. The second kind of barrier that kind of stops our Bobcats from fully realizing their potential is the fact that they might have a lost or misguided voice. So maybe you've already experienced the mom, stop telling me that. I know what I need to do. I got it. I can do the locker combination on my own. I got it. They think that they know it all. Or maybe they are too afraid to ask the right questions. We've got to teach them that their tone and their approach to a concern is just as important as the concern itself. This goes for asking for help from a teacher or addressing a peer about a sticky situation they find themselves in. That they've got to put themselves out there. And when we can, as parents and as part of their nation, we've got to let them voice their own opinions and be their own advocates so that they can stumble, they can fall and fumble, but we can pick them back up. That's the only way they're really going to learn how to find their own voices and find their own identities. And then finally, there's another barrier that kind of stops kids from reaching their full potential, and we as a Bobcat Nation need to kind of combat that. And that's the idea of we need to keep school time sacred. So what I mean by this is we need to help our kids prioritize, help them avoid distractions. So when they come home and are trying to binge watch something on TV while listening to Spotify, while Snapchatting, and trying to do their biology homework, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen well. We need them to slow down. We need them to find spaces void of distractions so they can concentrate on their schoolwork, so they can be present in the moment. And this also might mean, as parents, we might have to say, okay, I'm going to set a timer. You have 25 minutes to work, and then you can get a break. And then we'll reset the timer and you can go again. Because as a teacher, I'll tell you, and others will verify this, that a kid will walk in and say, oh, I got up at 3 in the morning to finish my homework, and I'm so tired. Your kids need help knowing when to prioritize, how to prioritize. They need to know that homeroom is not a place to do their homework, that it's separate. And so if we can embrace them and show them and guide them the way into this direction, then maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to rise into their own identity and become a great part of this Bobcat nation and this Bobcat family. So I want to leave you with this. My journey, like many of yours through education, you had those teachers that you loved, those teachers that you hated, those ones that taught you lessons. But my journey to become a Bobcat started in 4th grade, and I knew. Because Miss Greenswag was that person that helped me realize my potential. And I want you to realize, too, that your child has great potential. And there are over 100 teachers in this building who are cancer survivors, half-marathon runners, rock band musicians, but we're teachers at heart, and we care about our kids. And we're going to work with you so that our nation of Bobcats can learn, can thrive, not just academically, but socially and emotionally, and leave these walls at the end of their 4 years and say, I'm a part of something. I'm a part of something great, and I know who I am, and I can take on the world. So thank you.